You know what, Josh? Some people in this world are just idiots.
Oh yeah, what, the kid who brought a Nerf gun to school?
Oh, you talking about the Las Positas thing?
Yeah, not funny.
You want to tell people about that? Or is that going to be too embarrassing of a thing to share?
Well, I wasn't part of it, so...
I know, but it was your school.
Apparently...
Allegedly. I'm just kidding.
Not my school. Apparently there was a kid who brought a Nerf gun onto Las Positas campus. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut this. Like, cut out Las Positas in general.
Well, it was on the news.
Well, okay. Basically,
And it's nothing with the, like, you know, nothing wrong with the school.
No,
it's just some dumbass. Oh, shit!
Well, you see, it was more like, I guess he didn't know.
On your sex.
Because basically he just brought it to campus for a project or something along the lines. And he only had, like, the back stock showing.
How big was this Nerf gun? Jesus!
I don't know, dude. They got pretty big after we stopped playing with them.
The longest one I've ever seen was the long shot, and you know that one. Like most of these, you can take apart.
But like basically, he just had parts in his backpack. You could see the back of it apparently, and he basically decided. Like I don't know what the mindset was, but he brought it to school. Didn't realize that it was wrong. And I guess like people got scared because all they could see was the back of the gun.
Yeah.
And they also didn't know if it was real or not because people could very easily just paint a toy.
Yeah.
Or paint a real
firearm. Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun.
Man, gun laws are weird. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that now. Gun laws are weird. Like some of them are undoubtedly necessary, but other ones are just like, huh?
The only laws I like about gun laws is that you need a permit.
In most places. There are some places you don't need permits, and I do not understand that.
That's not fun. Most part you need permit. You need to have, like, you need to be medically cleared to get a gun. Like, I don't know about...
again, in some places.
Really? I thought they changed that.
Dude, Nevada has some, like, really lax gun laws.
Well, I'm not trying to bring up Nevada.
Well, yeah, I know you're not gonna try to bring that, but like, it is like, it's just I'm using that as an example because after what happened, I did look up what their laws are. Fuck, I can't see.
Same.
I did look up what their gun laws are, and they are really lax on a fair amount of things. And I was like, well, there's your problem.
I'm not turning now, am I?
And I remember watching this video, and it was these idiots walking around with an AR-15, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were gonna go ahead. The whole thing was a quote-unquote experiment or whatever, like a test, I guess, to see how the police reacted to law-abiding citizens walking around with an assault or non-assault rifle, walking around with, you know, a semi-automatic rifle, right?
Yeah.
So walking around, and the cop pulls up, and he's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing? I've been getting a lot of calls about people walking around with guns." And then they're just sitting there like, "Well, we wanted to see how, like, you know, people would react, or we wanted to see how the cops would react, because they're they're trying to get on camera, because they're sitting there being like, Second Amendment, blah 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 blah, right?"
Yeah.
And the cops just sitting like, "Okay, can I see your IDs? Can I see if you guys have like gun permits? Can I take a look and see if your gun's loaded, etc." Right? You know, the usual stuff that you would expect. And they're sitting like, "Well, why do you have to see our IDs?" And he's like, "Because I need to make sure you're not felons or anything like that." And he's like, and the guys are like, "Well, if we're felons, why would we be walking around with guns?" And he's like, "There's a lot of idiots, kid. Just show me your ID." And you know, it goes on for like 10 minutes of these guys just being like, you know, like, we're law-abiding citizens. You know, we want to make sure the cops aren't just going to go ahead and intrude on our rights. And blah 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 blah.
They do know that the government can change those that they really want to.
The government can change that stuff with legislation, but like the main point here is they're just being complete fucking idiots. Because you know he's sitting there asking them like, "Okay, can I see your IDs? Like, where do you live? You guys are from
like
around
you're
here."
Supposed to.
And they're sitting there like, "Well, why do you need to know that?" Because like they're sitting there like, you know, I'm law-abiding here, like, I guess I could give you whatever proof, but then you're just going to keep on questioning me. And I'm like, motherfucker, that's his job! Like,
do they like not know that
they're complete
it's
idiots.
a cop compared to a civilian?
Yeah. Well, even then, if a civilian sees you going around with firearms like that, like, they have the right to ask you. And, like, the cop went ahead and pointed out, I was like, you guys can go ahead and not tell me this stuff, but, you know, I have to go ahead and make sure, you know, nothing bad is going on here. You know, it's his job. You know, he basically, once he assesses the situation as being safe and, you know, that they don't have any intent of doing anything harmful to others or illegal, then it's fine. They can just go on with their day. But they were being complete idiots. They're sitting there like, well, not, yeah, he's like, you know, I gotta make sure you guys aren't felons, right?
Yeah.
That is pretty obvious. When he said that, they're like, well, are you accusing us of being felons? Like, I'm kind of offended by that. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. Like, you have to, he's a cop, he has to take precautions. And I remember I went on a ride-along, right?
Yeah.
With a cop, and you remember about this. And as a police officer, you write reports on literally everything.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Literally everything. You give a guy a traffic ticket, you write a report on that. Okay? You write a full report on even just giving a guy a ticket. So if you come across these guys with firearms walking around the street, you're going to have to write a report on that. And you're going to have to put in as much detail as you can, because what good is a report without detail, right?
Yeah.
So he had, like, it's part of his job to go ahead and ask these things. I don't think these people understood that that's part of his job. That's what he's supposed to be doing.
I feel like I don't like people who, I guess, try to basically...
They're trying to be smartasses.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of people I remember who'd be like, oh, you know, it's my right to have a gun. And it's like, dude, yeah, guess what? It's my right to have a gun, too.
And, you know, one of the other things is, like, not to get too political right now, but I personally think that open carry is the stupidest load of bullshit. Like, it, not only is it, like, gonna strike fear into people with all the stuff that's been going on in the world these days, but, like, it's not safe. Cause, like, I remember watching this video, and there was this former cop sitting there, and he's, like, he's explaining, yeah, so there's this guy we caught on security camera, just standing there at a restaurant, right, with, a waist holster, open carry. A guy came up behind him and took the gun and just walked out. Later on, he went ahead and he tried to get his gun back, and the guy held him up with his own gun.
Yeah,
and that wouldn't have been able to happen if he was doing concealed carry. Because if it's concealed, the guy wouldn't have seen the gun, he wouldn't even know it was there.
Okay, now, tell me, so, like, alright, look at your scenario. If I have a gun, like one of those shoulder holsters, and if I put a sweatshirt or something over it, is that considered concealed?
That's concealed.
Concealed. And if
it's concealed until you pull it out.
So did he like have the gun like on his like pocket?
It was a waist holster. Like it's you know how the cops have the waist holster like on their belt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like that.
Gotcha.
They have concealed waist holsters where it goes on the inside of your pants. And you know what? Like, as far as guns go and like carrying it, if you're gonna carry it, I'd say concealed is as safe as it can get. But like, you know, nothing can replace training and discipline. But like, as far as just having one goes, like concealing it in public would be the safest.
Like,
because the guy just fucking pulled it straight out of the holster and walked away with it.
Don't they tell people to like respect the weapon or something?
Okay, have you ever been on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, they could tell people, but there's no cure for stupidity. I'm not saying the guy in the video was an idiot or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, there's no cure for stupidity. Like, some people are just gonna, you know, ignore these things, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, the idea of open carry completely baffles me. Hi there, guys. I see you have injured my friend. I do not appreciate this. So therefore I'm going to blow you up. Fuck. Okay. So, Yeah, when I said I'm gonna blow you up, I almost forgot the word up.
What? I'm gonna blow you up. Oh wait, hang on.
Yeah, I almost forgot the word up. Oh, that would have been embarrassing. You know, because like you're in the middle of it and then it falls off. Because he's a zombie, you know, it falls off, and not only that, it's rotten and it tastes bad. Ew. I should stop talking right now.
Tastes bad, you can get worms. It's like,
oh, ew. Man, imagine if becoming a zombie was an STD.
I mean, very well could be.
But we'd never know because, you know, like, you don't have intercourse with them, they just bite you and, you know, the blood and all that stuff. What they do is they bite their own tongue and then they bite you so that their blood gets into your blood, and then that's how STDs can be transferred.
I fucking hate biting my tongue.
Man, biting my tongue, or biting it on accident.
Well, yeah, but if I bite my tongue with my braces...
Oh!
Dude, one time I bit it, and, like, my tongue got cut by my brace. It was bad. Like, it didn't stop for, like, a day.
You know what I feel like would be worse?
What?
If someone punched you.
Some kid in wrestling, I guess he tried to do a certain move, but missed. And his elbow hit my mouth. And my brace, like, went into my gum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Wrestling 101. Don't be a jackass.
Don't be an idiot. Like, don't be a jackass can be applied to most things in life. Just saying. It can be applied to most things in life.
Yeah, like the Bible.
The Bible?
The baby.
The Bible?
Oh, a couple days ago, a girl walked up to me and she was like, "Oh, do you want to listen about the Mormon religion?" And I started laughing. I'm like, "You think I'm religious?"
I remember this was one time I was on the bus, right, trying to go home.
Fuck, where'd you come from?
And there was this lady
Fido?
who's just sitting there, and she's like, "Are you alone?" And I'm just like, this sounds like the start of Taken. But anyways, she's like, "Are you alone?" And I'm like, yeah. And in the back of my mind, I'm like thinking, can you leave me alone? I just had a long day of school. And then she's like, man, she's like, "Kid, you're never alone. There's always God. There's always Jesus." And I'm just like, oh, good God. And I was sitting there like, oh God, it's one of these people.
Can you imagine if she was, God, imagine if she was like, fuck, what's the religion? Buddhist?
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
oh, don't worry, kid, there's always Vishnu, and like, just kind of fucking goes on a rant about like every god.
Isn't that Indian? That's one of those Indian gods.
Sorry, not Buddhist, Hindu.
Yeah, Hindu. No, Buddhism doesn't have gods.
No, it's just the one big guy. That literally looks
It's
like
just that one big guy who's a real person.
that looks like a dumpling.
Dumpling. Man, so speaking of religions, I remember watching this segment of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver,
Oh, dude, fuck
and
yeah.
they actually had the Dalai Lama there, and like, you know, he was doing an interview with the guy, and I'm just sitting there like thinking to myself as I'm watching it, like, okay, no matter what your stance is on, you know, like politics or religions or anything like that, this guy seems like the kind of dude you'd want to sit down and have a drink of like coffee with or whatever.
A drink of wait.
Well, I'm not thinking like alcohol or whatever, but like, you know, it seems like the kind of guy you'd just sit down with and have lunch with. Like, he seems super chill.
Hell no.
Yeah. I may have fucked up. I may have fucked the horse on this one.
What? The fuck the horse in the fucking saddle? What the fuck? Fuck the horse. I might have I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
You're looking at a game over screen.
I thought it was alive still. My favorite thing in sociology was, I think his name was John Mayer or something. White hair. He got in trouble a while ago for saying the N-word on his show.
Oh.
Typically he's pretty out there, but never like that out there.
Never this bad.
You know, like he never just guessed that he was black, but
You want to change maps?
I want to change games, to be honest, but...
Well, what game would you want to play?
I don't know, just change it to something, because I don't want to play this map.
You don't want to play this map, but you say change the game. I gotta think. What other games I actually have right now that we can play together?
But basically, he did like a whole thing on religion.
Yeah.
Like he went to like Washington D.C. and he went to Europe and he went to, I think it was like Mecca or something like that.
Mecca.
Where like the religious holy city.
Oh, Mecca. Yeah.
And it was basically like just him like going everywhere, and he was like, "Oh, well, I'm not even gonna try to fucking talk to the Mormon."
Oh, gee. Oh, man.
Because like he was outside of the place he was trying to go to, and he was like, "Oh, look, Mormons! I can talk to them right there." And then he started like he was outside like 40 feet away, and then like he just saw a bunch of people walk up to him, and he was like, "Oh, hey, can I talk to you?" He's like, "Nah, we're not allowed to talk to you."
Oh my god.
Goddamn. Oh shit.
So I guess that's it for now on the Black Ops.
Series, yeah.
Okay, well then.
What the hell's Musha?
Oh, that's the box from my sword. Hey everybody, I have a sword!
I know, can you believe it?
I have 3 swords. But I love them all equally. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed these terrible, terrible videos. We'll see you guys later. Say bye.
Bye!
Bye!